Good day, everybody, and welcome to the Bible in the year 2021. We are working on day 140, which we will be reading Psalms 5, 38, 41, and 42. I love the availability of the Psalms to us, especially as we go through David's history and we see the various things that he is facing. And then we get to read the Psalms that correspond to around that time and through the things that he's going through. And it's like we have access to his brain and to his heart. We can see what he's thinking and what he's feeling and how he responds to things. And it is a gold mine for us because it is like a blueprint of relationship. It's letting us know how it is best to respond to these things in a relationship with our Father. And so we're going to start off here in Psalm 5. And we see right away that David's confidence is not in himself, it's in Yahweh. And there's a thing of expectation. And so we read, Lord, in the morning, you hear my voice. So it's not, I hope that you hear me. No, you hear my voice. In the morning, I lay it all out before you. Then I wait expectantly. Yeah, this is what we're supposed to do in relationship with him, right? As we start off our day, before we start off the day, we just lay it all out before him. All of our fears, all of our worries, all the things that we have to do in that day, we just lay it out to him, and then we wait on him expectantly that he's going to help us in every one of those things. Yeah, is that the relationship we want? In verse 7, we have this, but me, I will enter your house because of your abundant, faithful love. That's a thing that you're going to find from David all the way through his Psalms. Faithful love, the thing he remarks about Yahweh all the time, because of your faithful love, not because of me, but because of your faithful love. I call upon your faithful love. We see here, because of your abundant, faithful love, I will enter your house, not because of me, but because of your abundant, faithful love. I will bow down at your holy temple, honoring you. Yeah. It really will do you well if you will note, as you read through the Psalms, David's Psalms especially, his reference to faithful love. So, okay. He goes on. And this is what keeps David fresh all the time in his relationship with Yahweh. And it would really bode us well if we were to just remember the benefits, the benefits of relationship, the benefit of walking with Jesus Christ. But let all who take refuge in you celebrate. Let them sing out loud forever. Protect them. That's a benefit. So that all who love your name can rejoice in you, because you, Lord, bless the righteous, benefit. You cover them with favor, benefit, like a shield. His favor covers us like a shield. His favor protects us. That's all found in relationship. It's not a genie thing. It's not a mumbo jumbo thing. It's not anything of the sort like that. It is relationship. That's the whole thing, relationship. Then we skip over to Psalm 38. And we see that the relationship is important. And when you maintain this relationship, then when you go through hard times, it magnifies. And some people, they have no relationship except for the hard times. And so in the hard times, they don't get to go as deep as those who already have the relationship, because there's people who are living at a level that when it becomes hard, man, they get to go down so deep. They go down so deep. But those who are not living at any level, and they hit the hard times and they run to the Lord, it's great that they do, but they only go so far. They don't get down into those sweet places. And so we read, everything I long for is laid out before you, my Lord. My sighs aren't hidden from you. So David doesn't hide how he's feeling, his depression, the things that he's facing, his concern that his enemy will overwhelm him and get to shout over him. He says, my heart pounds, my strength abandons me. See, it's his confession here. He's not hiding anything. My heart pounds, my strength abandons me. Don't come before the Lord and pretend. He doesn't want that. He wants you to be honest with him. Even the light of my eyes is gone. So his hope, everything, just, he's overwhelmed. My loved ones and friends keep their distance from me in my sickness. Those who are near me now stay far away. Everything I long for is laid out before you. Yeah, see, he goes. That's where he goes. That's his source. In verse 15, we see that this is relationships of trust. But I wait for you, Lord. I will answer, my Lord, my God. It is a matter of trust. I can't do anything for myself. I'm trusting you because I've got nowhere else to go. You're it. You're everything for me. And David never went anywhere else to begin with. It's not like, okay, you're my last chance. But David just recognized that nothing else could possibly meet his needs, meet him where he was at. Verse 21 and 22, don't leave me all alone, Lord. See, his presence, that was the thing that David was so keen about all the time, that we take for granted. That is ours, that has been promised to us. We are one with him. He is in us. We are in him. David didn't have that, but the presence of the Lord was so important to him, and we just neglect it. People, we neglect the joy, the wonder, the incredibleness of God being with us all the time. Don't leave me alone, Lord. Please, my God, don't be far from me. Come quickly and help me, my Lord, my salvation. Just heart-wrenching. Wow. And then we have more of the benefits of righteousness in Psalm 41, 1-3. Those who pay close attention to the poor are truly happy. Because you remember, the Lord has a very soft place for the poor, the disadvantaged, no matter what. No matter who they are, no matter where they are in the world, no matter what their belief system is, he is very attentive to the poor. So those who pay close attention to the poor are truly happy. The Lord rescues them during troubling times. Who, the poor? No, those who pay attention to the poor. The Lord rescues them during troubling times. The Lord protects them and keeps them alive. These are the benefits of doing what is right. You get rescued during troubling times. You get protected, and he keeps you alive. They are widely regarded throughout the land as happy people. You won't hand them over to the will of their enemies. The Lord will strengthen them when they are lying in bed, sick. You will completely transform the place where they lie ill. Yeah. And in Psalm 41, this is about the consequences of sin. And here David is facing the consequences of his sin. What was easy for him before in his anointing is now hard. There's division that's come in. The sword has arrived in his family. There's problems among the tribes toward him. So there's a division in his family, but division towards the people of God as well. Where there was peace, there's now war. So he had won all the battles, he had conquered everybody, and suddenly those wars have flared up again. And it was David who opened the door to all of this. This was not Yahweh's plan. This is not what was supposed to be happening, but this is what David did when he opened that door. Even though he was forgiven, these are the consequences that has resulted from what he did. And David knows that the solution is only found with Yahweh. But you, Lord, please have mercy on me and lift me up so I can pay them back. Then I'll know you are pleased with me, because my enemy won't be shouting in triumph over me. You support me in my integrity. You put me in your presence forever. And then we have Psalm 42, and this is just an absolute incredible psalm expressing longing. And the longing is the Lord. The longing is the presence of the Lord. Just like a deer that craves streams of water, my whole being craves you, God. My whole being thirsts for God, for the living God. When will I come and see God's face? My tears have been my food both day and night as people constantly question me, where's your God now? This should be our longing if we ever enter into a dry season. If this is not our longing in the dry season, then we're in trouble. Because when we have the sweetness of the Lord and then things happen and we go through difficult times and we feel a distance that's there, it's not a real distance, it's just a perceived distance, but it's there. And we don't feel heartsick, if we don't feel that longing that David is expressing here, then we really need to question our relationship, the sincerity of our relationship, the depth of that relationship. Remember, you get into that place and sometimes we get there and it's like a desert and we're not seeing any new things. When you don't see any new things, then you remember the old things to keep that relationship alive and well. You remember, but I remember these things as I bear my soul, how I made my way to the mighty one's abode, to God's own house with joyous shouts and thanksgiving songs, a huge crowd celebrating the festival. You remember back to those times. In COVID, we remember back to our gatherings. We remember back to our worship times. We remember those moments when the Holy Spirit burst in upon us. We remember our fellowship. We remember these things. We remember sharing our testimonies with one another. We remember, and it encourages us. And yeah, there are times that you know what you're supposed to do and you need to encourage yourself in that thing that you're supposed to be doing. In verse 5, why, I ask myself, are you so depressed? Why are you so upset inside? Hope in God. You know what you're supposed to do, right? Get to it. Come on now, get up. Hope in God, because I will again give him thanks, my saving presence and my God. And sometimes in those things, you can't actually get yourself up, but because you're speaking to yourself, because your motivation, because you want to be back in those streams in the desert, you want to be in that place, because that's your motivation and you're talking to yourself, the Lord will enter in and lift you up. And yeah, because that's what you want and that's what you're expressing and that's what's important. So yeah, that's the response to depression, is to remember. My whole being is depressed. That's why I remember. My whole being is depressed. That's why I remember you from the land of Jordan and Hermon, from Mount Mizar. Deep, called to deep at the noise of your waterfalls. All your massive waves surged over me. Remember, people. Remember. It's so important. Remember who he is. By day, the Lord commands his faithful love. By night, his song is with me, a prayer to the God of my life. And that's what you say. Man, I don't always sense you, Lord. I don't, in my tiredness, in my depression, in my emotional being, I don't always, but I know by night, your song is with me. By day, the Lord commands his faithful love. You are always faithful, Lord. Always faithful. Your love is always faithful. Yeah. So those are some things just to hold on there. You see why David is so celebrated? It's not his military victories. It's his spiritual ones. And that's what he conveys to us. So you guys be blessed, be encouraged. Thank you for being with me in this. And you guys have an excellent day. Love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow.